So I'm back, and next up for DC Universe Series 7 is going to be the Flash villain, Captain Cold. Now, Captain Cold, whose real name is Leonard Snart, or Len Snart, first appeared in Showcase number 8, 1957. That makes him among the very first of the Flash villains. So a little background on him is he's the son of a abusive / drunk father. He took refuge along with his sister with his grandfather, who ran an ice truck. Unfortunately, his grandfather, who was a real nice person, he dies and is really left alone, and he becomes a career criminal. And one time when he's in prison, he comes up with a way. He's reading something in prison, and he comes up with a way to defeat the Flash. He creates this cold gun. Yes, he's pretty smart to do this for someone with, no education and career criminal, but nonetheless, you have to go with it. So he creates this gun, goes to absolute zero, and it freezes the moisture in the air, and so it becomes the cold gun. Dresses up in this getup with these nice little visor type things to cut down on the glare created from his gun. For a long time, he is a criminal. Now he meets up with his sister, who has also become a criminal called the Golden Glider. And funny enough, her gimmick is that she's an ice skater, so she uses her ice skating skills. And teamed up, they're pretty good. I mean, you have a guy that makes ice and a girl who skates on ice. So they're criminals together for a little bit, until Wally West decides he's gonna reform them, and they kind of go straight. They're not really straight, but they become bounty hunters. So they do that for a while, but unfortunately, his sister is brutally murdered. He gets revenge in a great issue by Jeff Johns. He becomes the leader of the Rogues, and for the first time, sort of organizing them, laying down the rules of what they can and cannot do. He has a certain morality to him. He's very anti-drug, and he doesn't want any unnecessary violence. I mean, if you hurt him, I mean, he's gonna mess you up, and it won't be pretty. So he will kill, but only when it's absolutely necessary. And he really tells the other rogues that that's the way they're gonna operate, because anything else just draws undue attention. He along with the other rogues are duped into or manipulated into killing Bart Allen, who is the Flash, for a while. But they don't really kill him because he comes back. Felt sorry for him. So he does have some emotion, and he's not just a one-dimensional villain. It's really Jeff Johns who has made him multi-dimensional. Like I said, his powers are based on his technology, which is the cold gun. It stops atomic motion, brings everything to absolute zero, and so it freezes moisture in the air, and basically generates cold, intense cold. He uses that technology in many different ways, and they get real creative in the 60s. And, all sorts of weird stuff that he can do with it. So let's get into the actual figure itself. Now it does have the normal standard DC Universe posability. One thing is that they had, even though it does have the ball joint on it, it is limited by his parka suit. That's the only thing. Everything else is fairly simple. He is a bit stiff. That's just my figure, because I hardly ever pose him. There are a couple of things that could have been better. You notice his suit here. Like, I don't want to say this, overlap part of the parka is very gray, along with his mittens, gloves, and boots. They're very gray. I think they're too gray. If they had just whitened it up, maybe put some white highlights on there, it would have been a little bit better. The other thing has to deal with his gun. Now his gun, which he does come with, his freeze gun, again, it's kind of rubbery plastic stuff that a lot of the DC Universe figures come with. That's not, it's not too good. You've noticed that he has the open hand. Well, it's too wide for the gun, so when you try and pose him, the gun kind of flops down like that. And what I do is a couple of times I just compress his fingers down, trying to get a tighter grip on there. So that's one thing that I'm really perturbed about, is that he can't really hold his gun straight. It does come with this nice little holster for the gun, and you saw me take it out of there. And although this is double over time getting the strap done, and as you can see, I've chipped off some of the paint there, so that is a problem. One other thing is that typically in the comics, his gun is colored a magenta color, and as you can see here, it's silver, which is not a big deal, but you think they could have painted it magenta. And see there, I've gotten a better grip on the gun. So I do very much recommend him. He's a great character and a great figure, even with his major flaw of holding the weapon. So eventually you can get it to where he's holding the gun in a pretty good position. So anyway, that's it for the Captain Cold review. Till later, see ya.